Hey everyone, and welcome to another video of Eat Well with Allergies. So today we're going to be making chewy chocolate cookies. So first, I forgot to preheat my oven before I started the video. So I'm preheating my oven to 350 before I do all of this. So what you'll need is 1 cup of butter, or 2 sticks if you're using real butter. I'm using my Smart Balance butter. You're also going to need 2 cups of sugar. You're also going to need 2 eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So basically when you have cookies, you usually cream together butter and sugar, and then you make it wet, which makes it kind of look like it's separated. Then you add flour to make it look like cookie dough. And then if you're making chocolate cookies, you're using chocolate chips. So this is the order that I'm going to use. So for the dry ingredients, you're going to want 2 cups of flour, 3/4 cups of cocoa, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and for the chocolate chips, you're basically going to want half a bag. I don't know how much that is, but I would say about 4.5 ounces, because my bags are 9 ounces. So I always sift together my dry ingredients because I find it makes it anything a little smoother, and I just like that smoothness. So first, let me get into my iPod and we'll start on the mixer view. So first, I'm going to grab a spatula and get the butter into the bowl. And let me make sure. I've had way too many incidents of not actually pressing record. So I'm double checking from now on. Okay, so I have butter in a bowl, and now I'm gonna add sugar, and I'm gonna cream those two together. So put my bowl up. And this is going to be fairly quick because I have more confidence in the mixer, so I'm using more high speeds. Whoop! Sorry there. So I'm going to just wipe down the sides of the bowl to get all that softened butter into the bowl, into the middle, so this can mix it. Okay, we have softened butter and sugar, and now I'm going to add the eggs and the vanilla, or the water and the vanilla, since my my egg powder is currently in the dry mixture. Now this doesn't look separated, and that's because I don't think there's sometimes you don't have enough liquid to make it look separated, but you still have enough liquid to make it cookie dough. So I still think it's enough. You just don't have that really separated look. You can see like the separation, tiny bits where it has liquid into it. So now we're gonna start adding our dry ingredients. So hold on. I'm gonna add about half in one go. Cocoa makes a cloud. Hold on. Need some water to clear that out. Now I'm going to add a little more. Okay. So now I'm going to add the other half of the dry ingredients, basically the flour and the eggs. Okay, so that's all of the ingredients except for the chocolate chips. have mixture. Now it looks like cookie dough. So I'm gonna put this paddle down. I'm gonna wipe off my spatula, and I'm gonna get all of this cookie dough off of this paddle. And this is, you could do this with your hands, but I don't want to have to wash my hands again. So I'm just getting this off before I mix in the chocolate chips, because I find that if you mix in your chocolate chips in the mixer, it gets the chocolate chips get obliterated. So let me just switch camera views here, and we'll fold in chocolate chips. So I'm gonna get all the side stuff, and you could actually, I think this is, yeah, you could actually do this with your hands, and I think it can work, but it says to use a teaspoon, so I'm gonna do what it says, even though I'm gonna use a tablespoon instead because I want bigger cookies. So this says it makes about 5, sorry, cocoa is all over my tripod. It says it makes about 5 dozen cookies, but making cookies that size, I don't know if that's true or not. So I'm gonna first wash my hands because I'm gonna be handling cookie dough. Okay, and you're gonna also need some parchment paper to cover. You're gonna need a bit of parchment paper to cover up your pan. I have a non-bordered pan, so I'm gonna be making, I think, about 9 cookies per. So that's helpful. So I'm gonna figure out angle here, and there's my oven. So I have 2 sheets of parchment paper here. And I'm going to just basically switch them off. Does that cover it? You know what? I'm just going to do this. Okay, I think that'll cover it. So, I have about, I'd say, a tablespoon of mixture here. And I think I can get a bunch of cookies out of this. And I'm going to basically put an inch between them. And we don't know if these spread or not. So I'm gonna put 9 cookies on total, so 3 for each row. And if they don't spread a lot, then I can put more on it, and we can have more cookies sooner. You can have more cookies sooner. It will still make the same amount of cookies, though. So all I do is I grab how much dough I want to make a cookie. Like I just grab something between my 3 fingers and pull it up. So let's see. So that's the first batch of cookies. And let me wash my hands again, not wash my hands. A lot of hand washing today. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in the oven for 11 to 12 minutes, and then I'm gonna keep pumping out cookies as much as I can, and I'll see you when the first batch of cookies come out, and we'll see how they do. So let me get these in the oven and put about, I think I'm gonna start with 11 minutes on this one. And that's usual for a batch of cookies. So I'll see you in about 11 minutes. Okay, so they have about 5 seconds, so I'm basically gonna just take them out. And they don't actually take that much. I'm surprised. They actually do more. Okay, so let me get my camera on. This is what they look like. They look like cookies. So you don't want to move these for a couple minutes because they have to congeal and set, as it were. So once these are, it's about 2 minutes, I'll get these off, put them on the cooling rack, and then I'll switch them to another batch of cookies and just bake until I'm done. So all of that I won't do on video, but just telling you what I'll do. So I'll see you at the end when I'm done with baking. Okay, so the last batch of cookies is out of the oven, and they basically made about 35 cookies. So, and that's having, let's see, where's the smallest one? That is basically a teaspoon of dough. I think those were the hardened ones. And the biggest ones were the first round, where this was a tablespoon. So, it says it makes about 5 dozen cookies. That is about 3 dozen, I think. Maybe 24, 30. Okay, 1 cookie off from 3 dozen. But it's basically half what it said it was, because it was a teaspoon, so a little less than that actually. They were small cookies. So that's the video for Chewy chocolate cookies. I did forget to put in the chocolate chips. So they're basically chocolate cookies, that's it. So next time I'll be making chicken and stuffing. I have no idea what that is, but I'll find out. So I'll see you next time for chicken and stuffing.